Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back. Now today I wanted to talk about you guys on YouTube and the stuff that I'm doing here, because whilst I've not been doing this for the last 30 years, this has become a very large part of my life for the last, nearly 2 years, and I was struggling with the idea of doing YouTube, of putting stuff together, of making this into something that works for maybe from a year or so after I first set up Silver Mountain Coaching. I was considering ways that I could use YouTube to do so. I kind of wish that I had started earlier than I did, because of all the trouble that's been on YouTube and around YouTube and all the silly buggery that's been kind of going on. But it's now that this is a thing. Where do I want to go from here? Where have I come from? Where am I going? And where I've come from was not knowing anything about the hardware or the software, not knowing how to try and leverage things on the platform, not knowing where in any way how to just speak to a camera in a room by myself. That was probably the hardest thing, actually, from the get go. Every time I've done presentations and stood up in front of people, public speaking, at least from when I was doing management and when I was working for other companies and things, even when I've done them as in my current situation as self-employed coach, it's always been a case of being able to just pretty easily stand up and work with a crowd and have a conversation with people in a group and stuff like that, and it's all been fine. But then putting me here to talk to you guys in a room by myself in a complete silence, with no response from you guys when I know that you're out there, not only is it wasn't even nerve-wracking, it was just confusing. It was not knowing where to start. It was not knowing how to talk to you guys in a way that made sense. And sometimes I still stumble over my words. Sometimes I still lose track of what I'm saying and all the rest of it. But I'm human, so there you go. And all along I've said that I don't want to do much editing because I'd much prefer for me to just speak to you guys as if it were a conversation, because coaching is conversational. And not cut so much out, not cut the things that I say, be they slip-ups or not, be they things that could be misconstrued or not. I'd much prefer just to have that honest and open conversation with you guys where there's basically no filter. But editing was a thing that I've had to learn and had to do, and I've gone through now several different products in regards to that, which now I'm fairly happy with the product that I'm using, and it's got a lot more capabilities that I've still not entirely worked out, but I'm getting there. And so as a result, I'm feeling happier about doing all of this. It's a case of my looking back at some of those early videos that I did, where I'm stumbling over my words, where I've got a weird rhythm to the way that I'm trying to speak, and all that kind of thing. Now it's a case of me talking much more naturally to you guys, and the more that I'm thinking about this now, I'm slowing down in the way that I'm speaking. But again, it's still it's me. It's I'm putting myself out there to you guys as someone with a set of skills, a set of experience, and a set of interests, and I'm trying to put them across to you so that you can either find some solace in it, find some information that you can use, or expand your horizons in some way, have some information put across with a different perspective, or with a perspective that would be useful, or, as with the gaming stuff, just relax. Sometimes the best thing that you can do with a friend is sit down and just watch them play a game, just chill out. And firstly, me doing the gameplay videos at the end of every day gives me an opportunity not just to play the games that I want to play, but to actually just relax as part of a time that I have set aside. as part of work, taking account of the fact that yes, I do need time to recoup at times. So by incorporating the gameplay and the lore theories and all of the just bits and pieces that I've done as kind of more relaxed work-life balance kind of videos, it allows me to set aside that part of the day or of the week for me to relax, to keep myself in one piece, to not go completely and utterly nuts over certain things. It gives me that time to relax and focus on something else, something that's maybe a little more fun. And sometimes you guys take some of those videos very seriously, especially the ones from Conan Exiles, which, it is a game that is very immersive, so I can understand, or to one degree or another, and so I can understand why you guys go, hey, this wouldn't work in a real game, or oh, this is this or that's that, and it's like, yeah, no, it wasn't necessarily supposed to. I'm doing my investigations for my own enjoyment, and if you guys get something out of it, then great. If I'm talking about the game in terms of news that's come out about it, a new post about it, the new bits and pieces that are going on, then I enjoy talking about those kind of things. If it's a lore theory, then it's great to throw around the theories and to see what happens when the information actually comes out in the games to prove us right or wrong, and that element of the channel is something that I decided to take on because it was just like, firstly, some people have been finding the gaming videos and then moving on to the coaching ones. Some people have been finding the coaching ones and then had a rough day, and then they go, oh, there's gaming videos as well. I may as well just take a look at that and chill out. And I've received emails from both groups, and they've been really nice for the most part. Same with a lot of the comments I get tend to be on the nicer side. But then again, I've been looking at these things more recently again, and it's like the elements of YouTube where I've gone from not knowing anything to now being able to handle and fix most of the problems that I tend to have with audio and with video and stuff like that. Sometimes, like the last part, the sacrifice, videos just break, things go horribly wrong, and I can't salvage it just because I don't think anyone could with how roughed up the audio is, or how the video's gone to shit, or whatever else, or the couple of instances where something's got corrupted as a part of the whatever piece of software it is that's interacted with it at the time, or whether it's not finished recording properly or whatever, and I've just had to do away with those. But a couple of things, I realised that my sound can sometimes come through quite quiet, and that seems to be much more to do with either YouTube and the way that it compresses it, or just the fact that this mic that I'm using is kind of old, and it's a it's an older mic that I could definitely do with an update for at some point. And obviously, in regards to YouTube as well, there have been kind of ups and downs with YouTube itself. The one that ticked me off the most was the monetization one, where now I've been demonetized twice since becoming a YouTube partner, for reasons that, whilst not necessarily worth arguing with all the time or to the fullest extent, a lot of those reasons don't make sense in the way that they were explained. And so, we, on the channel, you guys helped me hit the 10,000 view requirement to get monetized after I'd been demonetized the first time because of the change in policy. And then more recently, they've changed it to 1,000 subscribers and an hour view time requirement per whatever period, as well. And even though we're kind of, in terms of the view time, we seem to be hitting that quite, reasonably. In terms of the views, our views are pretty good every month, actually, considering, which is a real surprise, watching those numbers tick up. But then looking at the rest of it, it was the where they were going, oh, well, these channels, these small channels barely make any, we barely paid them anything anyway. And the one paycheck that I did get, or the one check that I did get from YouTube as a result of them demonetizing me again and going, well, look, this is just the money that's here. Here's your money. That was still about 50 quid. So if that was the money that was coming in more regularly, then that would be my phone bill taken care of for a month, a new microphone, stuff like that. And that was a bit of a setback in terms of, I was hoping that YouTube would kind of pay for itself, where new equipment like a microphone would come from the very small amounts of money that I would get whilst doing this. It would be its own self-sustaining thing, and it hasn't actually turned out, which is why my PC could use an upgrade in a couple of areas. As said, I could use a new mic and whatever else, and it's stuff that I'm now having to kind of wait on and kind of reallocate certain things over time. But overall, I'm happy with the way that YouTube's going, even though the sometimes I get flack from various people and stuff like that. There's been no point at which we haven't been growing as a channel, in terms of like me doing the coaching stuff, me playing games, sometimes having Hannah along to play games with me, and the reception of certain things where you guys have either really liked something, really engaged with something, where some of you guys have shared your experiences in really profound ways, either on the channel in the comments or by getting in touch directly through some of the links underneath the video, in the description every video. It's been mind-blowing, and some of the videos that we've got on the channel now are several, like tens of times the number of people that I've ever presented to in person, in reality. And even some of the less kind of on the higher end, but the less significant videos are still as many people as I'd speak to in a briefing, a corporate briefing or something like that. You guys are turning up and finding value in what I'm producing, judging from the audience retention figures and the other analytics that I can see on YouTube. Most of you guys are from the States, which is something that I kind of expected, but then there are people who are finding stuff from all over the planet, and me talking to people from so many different countries, ones that don't even speak English as well, and I realised that I don't have translations or anything on my video, or on any of my videos, just because I don't have the time to necessarily translate it myself. And in many instances I just wouldn't be capable of doing so without doing just a bad job off Google Translate. And so there have been so many significant kind of appearances on the analytics of people from various countries that I just wouldn't have expected to view the video. And it means a lot. Like the reason I came to YouTube, as said, was when I was just coaching one person at a time, or a group from a company or something like that. If it was a group from a company or a group doing a certain thing, then it would be people who were focused on a specific task that I'd been brought in to help with. If it was an individual, then yeah, it would be more of their life that we'd be talking about, but that was still only one person in front of me. And that didn't mean that they themselves in that moment were any less significant. But when I walked away, I was like, I did a great job for that person. They're doing really well. I'm so happy. But there are still so many other people that need more. And so I can't be there with every person. I can't sit down with every person. I don't have the funds or the access at this time to do more for creating events and seminars and things where I could engage with more people at a time. And that's where YouTube, with its huge number of individual unique users, and the huge amount of people on the platform viewing it, gave me the opportunity to then come and talk with you guys, share my experience, both in general life, in regards to work, whatever. Share my skills from coaching and the experiences and the things that I've worked out with certain clients in regards to relationships and everything else. Share all kinds of things with you guys that a good number of you at the very least have found some value in, and that just makes such an impact on me. You know, it means the world to me that I'm able to do that little bit more. You know, and I hope that I'm able to continue to do more for more of you as you arrive and as you decide to either just keep coming back to the videos whenever there's one that you see that's interesting, or that you subscribe and notify yourselves long term, so that you can come back and see whenever we're doing something new. You know, there are a whole load of ideas that I have had from the very beginning that I just haven't had the time or the money or whatever to kind of follow up on. But, you know, either way, it's something that means a lot. Always means a lot. And so thank you to everyone that's subscribed, to everyone that's watched the videos, both in regards to just thank you for, as a result of subscribing and watching those videos, you have then helped other people find them. But also just, you know, thank you for making it seem, or just making it generally worthwhile for me to be doing this. You know, finding my way to helping more people, even if I never meet you in person, even if I'm only ever a talking head on a screen. You know, if I've made some kind of impact, some kind of positive difference to your life, then, you know, thank you for leaving comments, thank you for leaving likes and things like that to let me know. And, you know, it means a lot. And I realise that sometimes some of the stuff that I talk about, people just don't like. You know, they're touchy topics, or they're things that when it comes to hearing a very straightforward analysis, it's difficult for people to take that on board, because it challenges things that they've associated with their whole lives or whatever. But, you know, for those of you that have stuck around, either because you value that or because you're willing to just skip past those if it's not something that interests you or whatever, you know, again, thank you for just being reasonable people who I can try and help, who I can try and put information across to and have a good time with whilst doing it. So, you know, moving forward though, what do I need? I need my upgrades. I need to look at ways to expand. I need to look at further ways to refine my content. And there have been suggestions from you guys that I've taken on board that I want to do more to action, but at the same time, it takes time, it takes kind of effort and things that I don't always have a capacity to throw into it. You know, the blog that I started, that I've had to miss a couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks, because I've just had so much stuff going on, and because I've had so many other things that I've needed to focus on, be it editing of videos, be it stuff to record, be it chasing people up over the opportunities that I was talking about in yesterday's video, or if it's, as with me going away for a week for my birthday to just, you know, recoup, relax, spend some time with Hannah. You know, it's making sure that these videos are done, uploaded, and everything else. And, you know, if I'm uploading, then I can upload a couple of videos at a time, but then that still takes, what, an hour to 2 hours, maybe 3 for some of the bigger videos a piece to upload those fully. Editing, if I've edited a video, then it usually takes about double the amount of time in the video to compile. So for every 1 minute of the video, it takes about 2 minutes of that to kind of put it together. So, you know, that takes time, and usually when that's running, if I start trying to use anything else on my PC, then, you know, it might chug and take even longer, or in a couple of worst case scenarios where I've had a lot of things going on, or where I've been using the internet a lot whilst that program's running, then it's kind of crashed it, and I've had to restart, not necessarily from scratch, but restart kind of just compiling that into a video ready for upload. So it's those things just eat away at time, and there's not really anything that I can do about that at the moment, because the stuff to do about it would be getting upgrades for my machine, or getting a secondary machine as an editing machine and all the rest of it. So it's all work in progress stuff, but I want you guys to know that I am still trying to do more. The blog was supposed to be there for people who prefer to read stuff as opposed to just listening to it. And I've heard what you guys have said in regards to, yes, you want to be able to read things and see it written down so you can go over it, especially from the coaching videos. So I am going to be getting back to the blog to get those done, but again, sitting down, typing stuff out, finding the notes from videos from a year or so ago maybe, that takes time as well. So it's all a balance between trying to operate doing other things so that I can grow my company, grow my business, enjoy some downtime so I can take care of myself in some ways, and take advantage of opportunities and things to grow. All of those things are stuff that I'm having to juggle with the stuff that's involved in what you guys want and the things that I want to do for you guys. So it's a work in progress still. It's always going to be a work in progress, always going to be trying to improve and find new ways to advance. But, you just have to bear with me, guys. and I'm hoping that, as said, there are things that I'm going to be looking to do, going to be looking to advance with. So, we'll have to see how all of that goes. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'd love to hear your experiences of YouTube if you're a creator like me. I know there are a few of you guys that watch. But, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts from early on, or how you've grown, or or the struggles that you've had in regards to the demonetization, or dealing with your rig, learning how to do the stuff. Let's compare notes. Here are mine. I'd love to hear yours. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, found it interesting, please drop us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.